Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've missed you guys so much and I'm so glad to be back here. I know you guys have been wondering, oh my god, where has this girl been? What has she been up to? Okay guys, let me give you guys a quick update on what has been going on with me. But I'll not just leave you guys here like wondering where I've been or something like that. I've been working, guys. I know you guys are very important, but I just started my business brand. I just started my business brand, Cutie Bags and Accessories, and I'm so fond of that brand, guys. Like, I love it so much. It's what I've always loved. I make beaded bags, I make and quality handmade bags. Just please, I'll drop the Instagram link. Please guys, go follow and patronize me. I love you guys so much. I've been so busy with the whole business thing, and I just realized that my YouTube has been lacking behind and I needed to do something about it. And that is why I'm here today to give you guys now as per I don't come here unless there's something juicy for me to tell you guys. For the love I have for you guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to read and remember, because it's actually a very difficult thing. I used to find it very difficult to read and remember because the method I was using in secondary school was so much different from the one I had to use in medical school. Medical school involves more of the active learning rather than the passive learning that we do in secondary schools, where you just read everything and then it sticks and you pass your exams. Bam. It's kind of like very different. You have to read it and make sure that you know it, not that you just read it and you just want to cover time. So I'm going to be explaining to you guys how to read, understand, and of course pass all your exams, because I want the best for my subscribers, of course. So guys, with me here I have 10 tips, not one, not two, but 10 tips to help you guys read and remember. Let's get right into this video. That we'll be considering or that we'll be talking about is know yourself. That's the first thing. Know yourself. I'm just going to tell you guys things that I use and they work for me, and it just makes remembering things in the exam so much easier for me. The thing is to number your points. Number your points. So what do I mean by numbering your points? I mean, if you have like, okay, you're trying to write or to remember the causes of something. Let's say I'm trying to look for something very easy. Let's say you're trying to know the causes of mouth odor, for example. You can just, if there are 10 causes, some people use bullets to like outline their stuff, and some people use numbers. Some people use stars, some people use anything, but I prefer you use numbers, because those numbers will actually make you remember it more in the exam. Or like if you're trying to remember the causes of something and you just use like a bullet or a dash or something to outline it in your own study notes, in exam you might not actually remember all the points. Unlike if you use number, you remember that, okay, I remember that this thing is 8. I remember that the causes of this stuff is 8, and I've only listed 6. So there are still 2 more that I have to think and remember. Do you get my point? So numbering your points makes you like have everything together. You know that, okay, there's something left that I've not added. Even when you're trying to recall before the exam now, when you're preparing, when you're doing study questions and all, when you're like in a study group asking your friend questions like that, you already know that, okay, this thing is 8, so I've only mentioned 4. I still have 4 more to remember. The next point I'd like to tell you guys is do not rush to finish. I know that this thing is very common among us students that want to, like, it's not how far, it's how well. You want to finish all your slides, you have 20 slides to cover and you want to finish them in a night. It's not how far, actually. It's not the number of slides that you're able to cover in a night, but the number of things that you're able to remember the next morning. Do you get me? Like, you have 20 slides, but like if you take your time to actually digest those slides one after the other, it's help you to like remember it more. So don't rush to finish. Don't rush to just read through. You're not in a competition with anybody. Everybody's reading pattern is different. Some people are very fast readers, while some people are slow readers. I used to have a reading partner that is like very fast. Like I'm still in like one slide and then I'm like, guy, have fun now. So if I consider that one now, try to like start reading in rush. And at the end of the day, who am I affecting? If I fail the exam, you get, who will repeat the class? It's still going to be me. So there's no point rushing anywhere. Everybody has their own pace. Just do your thing. If you're going to read one slide in the whole night, my dear, read that slide in a whole night and get everything that you can get from that one slide. It's going to be better off than reading 20 slides and not remembering anything from 20 slides. You get my point? So don't rush to finish. You're not in a competition. Everybody's pace is different. So just do your own thing and just move. What I'm talking about is active recall. Like I said earlier, in secondary school, we used to use the like passive reading method to read and we just move on with our lives and all of that. But like, guys, I can't tell you the number of exams I failed when I was trying to get my balance in reading. So what I meant by active recall is that you have to make use of your brain. You have to indulge your brain in some activities. You cannot just be reading, putting everything in. You have to like tax your brain if it's actually there. Sometimes you feel like you've read it and it's there in your brain, but actually in the real sense, there's nothing in your brain. Not like I'm trying to abuse you or something, but like that's happened to me a lot of times. I'm sure that I know this thing. I'm 100% sure that I know this stuff. But when they ask me, I'm like, guys. So you have to make use of your brain. And how do you do this? When you've read a lot of slides, when you've covered like a 40-page slide or a 70-page slide, you have to ask yourself questions. Okay, I just read anemia, so I'll be asking myself, what are the causes of anemia? You try to bring it back out. You try to say it like you're answering to the example. When you're able to do this, you're like 65% ready. Some people see it as waste of time, but actually it's just a way of making sure that what you've actually read is actually in your brain. Do you get? Because you have to make these things work. You have to make your brain cells work. That's the only way to keep it in your long memory. You do the passive reading, you only store those informations in your short memory, and that's why people tend to forget things easily. But as a medical student, you don't have the slightest chance to forget anything. Do you get? Because you don't have time to go over anything again. So when you're learning it once, make sure that you're learning it correctly. So when they ask you anytime it's there, make sure that you put these things in your long-term memory. Another point is start early. Guys, this point is to myself. Like, I have to tell myself this: start early, guy, because some people are crash readers and some people cannot just crash read. Some people have to take their time to read these things. I have to take my time to read these things, but I end up crash reading because of circumstances and the fact that I do not start early. And most of my friends are actually crash readers, so we just crash read together, and sometimes it affects me because that's not actually my type of person. School is always like busy and all, but you should find time, create time to start early. You can start in the beginning of the semester. You don't have to wait till like a week to exam before you start reading when you know that you cannot take it. Like I said earlier, know your reading type, know yourself. Another thing is study groups. Study groups actually help a lot. Me, I'm a fan of study groups actually. Like during my 300 level MB and all of that, it was just study group because I did not even know what to read, guys. Like there are just too many things in medicine and medical school generally that you don't even know where to start from. You guys have a common goal. Everybody wants to pass. So I would advise you not to deal with people that you're like very, very close with, so that you not just waste your time talking and all of that. Actually deal to serious-minded people. Study groups just make things more easy and makes you remember it fast. You don't have to read it all over again. Even if you want to read it, you don't have to read it that deep because somebody must have already said it in the study group and you already understood it. So guys, study group. Another thing I'll say is listen in class, guys. That's what helps me majorly. Listen in class. When you're already listening in class, you're like 30% into the course or into the topic. Did you get? Say they're teaching us art failure in class. I already listened, although that is a very new topic. They're just teaching it. I haven't heard about it before, but they're just teaching it in class. But the fact that you listened, you'll be able to get some few things, jot down some few stuff that might be confusing for you when you want to read it alone. If you listen in class, you'll be able to like the parts that you don't understand, you'll be able to ask your friends, ask the lecturer or something and clarify it first before you now start reading it, and probably do other interact in class and all. Trust me, it becomes very, very easy when you want to go over the whole thing again. It becomes easy, it becomes smooth and faster. So you guys should at least listen in class. I know sometimes it's always tedious to listen, but just try. It helps. Do not assume that you know it, guys. Just be humble. Like a lot of vivas, that what somebody literally just said before you stepped into the viva room will be what they'll ask you. You get? So just be humble, interact with people. Don't assume that you know it all. Ask people, interact. Don't be too proud to ask people. even if you know it, still ask people, still hear their own part. They might have easy ways to go about it. Just interact with people. Don't isolate yourself. Don't isolate yourself ever in medical school. Do not, I repeat, do not. Find somebody to tag with. Find people to tag with. Don't assume that you know it. Even if you feel you know it, still ask questions. Meet lecturers, ask questions. And if it is possible, because in my school it's like possible, but other schools, I'm not really sure if it's possible to ask your lecturers and all, because they are like busy and rare to see. But just ask questions and do not assume that you know it. And please put pride aside and be on. Another thing is SAS theory. I call it the SAS theory. And this thing, guys, no jokes, this thing has helped me a lot, especially for all these in courses like mini tests and exams. SAS theory means that you have to SAS yourself. And what does this SAS mean? It means self-assessment theory. I think I shall formed it that time. I think self-assessment something theory. And what I do basically is that after reading something, I just take a blank A4 paper, like a piece of paper, and just write everything I can remember about that thing. Say I just read heart failure. Let me use heart failure again as an example. And I just read it. I just finished the slide. I'll pick up A4 paper and I just try to write anything that comes to my head about that course I just read. And you might realize that you might not even be able to write more than 5 lines, even if you just finish reading the slide. That's what I'm saying. And if that were to be an exam, that's the same thing that will happen. But to prevent it from happening in the exam, it has already happened right in your room, and you can actually correct it. Go over the slide again, try and write out some stuff, watch videos and all of that. And that's if you have time. And somebody that crash reads cannot actually do this because it's already like late. That's why the starting early is very, very important. And that thing is to watch videos. I'm a big fan of videos. I'm a video person. I don't know why people just be like, I'm not a video person. Guy, without videos, I don't know how I will have passed through some exams. Like, videos just make everything simple. When you've listened in class, you've gone over it, over the slide, you watch videos, it just like adding icing to the cake. Do you get? So it just makes everything creamy, easy peasy. There are a lot of good YouTubers that make medical related videos, like Amando Asodogan, Osmosis. Probably make a video about that later. But guys, watch videos. It simplifies things and all of that. There are short videos and they are long. Like Dr. Najib's video now is something you sit down. It's like a lecture on his own. You sit down with it 1 hour, 2 hours. You're still watching videos. And then we have other short videos and all. Just find the video that's suitable for you and learn. It's just basically making learning process easy. Another thing is flashcards. In my preclinical days, I used to make use of this a lot. To make flashcards, I'll just write like things, important things, then stick it around, stick it on my wardrobe and places that I look at like every day, so that I'll just like look at some things when I'm not sure about something, check it out, all of that. So you should have like pictorial things in your room, like a chart. If you don't have a chart, you can have flashcards like this, you know, just stick it around to like just you can write questions in this as you're reading the slides, so that at the end of like the semester when you're preparing for your exam, you can just use it to answer questions about the slide, you know. Just creative, fun learning process, and I'm sure that you do excellently well. So guys, with these few points of mine, or should I say with these few tips that I've given you, I'm sure that you're going to ace and pass the next set of exams that you have in front of you. If you want me to drop more videos like this, just please comment down below. I love you guys so much. Thanks for having me. We've come to the end of today's video. If you liked this video, please give this video a big thumbs up. I love you guys so much.